See if this bad boy starts. Typical Yamaha. Alright, so this ride's just going to be a test on the microphone, see how it sounds. But at the same time, it's going to be a coronavirus update. So it is currently Friday, April 3rd. So let's see what we get into and what's still open down here in Myrtle Beach. Currently it's been an essential business only. In reality, nothing different closed. You got barber shops, that's like the worst thing. Bowling alleys were already closed. All the main stores were closed. Everyone got a little bit more strict. Traffic's still crazy. Now it's not bad because all the vacationers are gone. So with that being said, it is like 8 o'clock, 8:30. I think that time's wrong. Yeah, 8:30. Let's see how many miles I have till I gotta fill up. Sweet, I got like 120 miles. So just waiting on her to warm up a little bit. Haven't rode this thing in about 3.5 weeks because ever since the coronavirus hit, every one of their mothers been like, hey, I need work done. Since you're sitting at home, you finally look around at your house to see how messed up it is. So with that being said, I've been working 7 days a week and trying to make as much money as I can before they shut everything down. You know, let's go over here to the right. We'll go downtown Myrtle Beach. See what the strip looks like, which is normally dead anyways. Let's see how she feels. Alright. She goes good. Still cold. Definitely didn't feel like the back tire was working right. But I got it on mode A, just quote unquote race mode. Whatever, it's the most peppy mode there is. And then I got traction control on 3. I don't want traction control off because that defeats the purpose of buying a bike with traction control. And we all make mistakes, so 3 is better than nothing. Curious to see how much noise there is because it's actually pretty loud in my helmet right now. I can close this and make it a little quieter. But as far as wind goes, it's pretty loud regardless. I've got my microphone set down for the input on 10 out of 100. So we'll see how well that works. I know a lot of my buddies have been having issues getting their microphones on their GoPros to stop popping. I just went with a complete external audio recorder that I can control the input, which is a Zoom H1N. And then I've got the standard lapel microphone I got off Amazon. I can't remember which one it is, but if you got questions, just ask or check down below. And then I have the foam filter on top of that with a dead cat on top of that. Only downside about the dead cat is I put the microphone down by my chin, so it's not up in my nose. So I feel like there's an itch all the time down at my chin. But you know what? If I get good audio, it's totally worth it. Maybe I'll trim it up a little bit. I've got like 6 of them, so if I screw it up, I can always fix it. Not the end of the world. Snapchat and text message have been blowing up. Wish I could say I was a popular person. Just that time of night. You know, let's check out Market Commons. There's the Myrtle Beach sign. Myrtle Beach welcomes you. It's summertime, people are always over there taking pictures, stopping traffic. I'm so glad that I don't come here on vacation and do stuff like that. Market Common, old Air Force Base. You got the runway way over there for Myrtle Beach Airport. Probably hard to see because it's way off in the distance, but there's blue lights. But for those of you not around, or not from Myrtle Beach, Market Commons is kind of like the ritzy area of condos and townhouses and everything. It's got some nicer restaurants. I only come here for the Cold Stone and the Regal Cinemas, because that's really all I care about. They do have a Mac store, or Simply Mac place, which is the closest thing to a Mac store you can get down here, because we're not over that 1 million person threshold. But it is nice. I can't complain. Got softball fields down here. So let's turn here. Let's see which part this takes us into. But anytime there's an activity or something fun like New Year's Eve, this place closes down, and they've got a bunch of stuff. They got a little river on the left side. They do like small like kayak boat races. I can't remember what they're called, like dragon races or something like that. All these places are closed. King Street Grill is actually really good. Been there once. We've got some people braving the sickness. Good old Barnes and Nobles. Let's see if I can find that Simply Mac I was talking about. I think it's over here on the left. Oh, City Mac. City Mac right there. It's a nice little area though. I mean, if you're on a date, it's fun to come down here. But when it's busy, it's hard to park, hard to do anything. The cinemas, California Pizza. You got Sushi Co. right there. That's one of the best places voted around in Myrtle Beach. Have I eaten there? No, I can't eat sushi. Can't eat fish. Something about it gives me allergies. I didn't think they were going to turn. Alright, here we go. So the visor's open again. You can tell I've been off the bike for a while. Just don't feel natural. Body positioning's all messed up. Turns also suck. But over here you got A10 bowling. It's like the more family location here since it's a Market Common. Went to the one out in Conway. Wasn't a big fan because I actually bowl. I'm not a good bowler. I average like 156. But their pins are on strings. So it really screws with me when you barely touch a pin and it doesn't even move. Kind of messes up your spare game a whole lot. I have to come back out here during the daytime so you can see all the softball fields and soccer fields. There's 8 over there and then some t-ball fields. Temperature outside right now is 62 degrees. I don't know if you can see on my instrument cluster. Switch this back to intake temperature. So it's pretty nice. I mean, with this being by the ocean, it can be a little breezy. You know, 62 degrees here is like 70, 75 degrees back up in Ohio, where I'm originally from. Anytime it hits the 40s, you think hell froze over. And if the wind's coming from the ocean, you're layered up. But for riding down here, we can ride year-round. If you've got some thermals, a decent pair of gloves, you can ride down here year-round. I always wonder if these are unmarked cars or not. Come up on them, I can never tell. Rims look too dirty. We're gonna go ahead and say no. I mean, speed limit's like 35. I think we're on 44. And Yamahas are known to be about 1 to 2 miles an hour off. I'm typically 2 miles off at like 65. So it's not that bad. Alright, let's jump on 17 north. Coppers on the right. There goes my fun. Wasn't even speeding. I don't care what you say. So on Monday, no, on the 1st, I was able to register my bike. It was due because in South Carolina, you register your vehicle not on your birthday like some states, but you register it on the month that you originally registered it. So when I moved to Myrtle Beach, I finally got my license plates in April. Now, when you get your plates, it's good till the end of the month. So my tags were good to the end of the month. With this Coronis going on, yes, I said Coronis, it's so much more enjoyable than coronavirus. I had to wait till the 1st of the month to go in and pay my bills. So you have to go to the tax office, pay your bills, and then you go to the DMV. Well, for some godforsaken reason, the state closed the tax office, but they left the DMV open. So what you have to do is you got to pay online before you can go to the DMV. There's a catch. When you print out your receipt, they don't accept it because it has to be a faxed over copy. So I had to call the treasurer, who coincidentally was in the office at the time, even though they're closed. They're probably just keeping them out of the public's way. But they had to fax over my paperwork to the DMV. So I had to stand outside for another hour waiting to get into the building because they were doing one person at a time. And the lady goes, "You got your receipt for your tax paperwork?" I said, "Yeah." She faxed it over, and the lady goes, "Okay, good, here you go, here's your tags." Didn't even look for them. God knows if they ever even needed it. But I had to get out of line, call the treasurer, get back in line, just for her not to even look at my receipt. So very easily they could have just given me my tags. I had proof it was paid from their website. It's not like they took any paperwork from me. And for those of you wondering why I cough so much, it's an old injury from when I was in the military. So anytime my throat gets dry, or I get a little bit of phlegm, or like in Myrtle Beach, the allergies kick in, I cough. So you can only imagine some of the looks I'm getting when I'm coughing when I'm out at like Home Depot or Lowe's or getting food, because most of the restaurants are actually open. Like one of my favorite restaurants here, Carolina Ale House. Last I checked, they were open till midnight for carryout, because I got some boneless wings there a week ago. Now, I'm sure it's this way everywhere. All these restaurants have hiked up their prices to compensate for normal stuff. Like, I got 10 wings, and it's normally like 12 bucks. And it was like $17 or something like that. So, they get you good. And I went to a a Mexican restaurant the other day. And my chicken fajitas, which are normally like 11 bucks, were like $17. $16.79 or something like that after taxes. So, I mean, I get it, times are rough, but shouldn't be jacking up your prices too much if people are coming in. Maybe $1 here, $1 there, because you got to put everything in containers, and most likely because you're paying your employees hourly instead of tips. But, you know, still just have a little bit of decency. People already don't have money as it is, and if they're going out to support you, then you should make it affordable so they come back.